Hello and welcome in, just writing what I'm doing down. Hello, welcome in. Alright, so I just wanted to let people know that in a half an hour I'm going to be doing a candle ceremony for the full moon. So yay, it's a full moon. Let's work with that full moon energy. Let's release some stuff. Because God knows there's a lot of stuff to release. For people that don't know, I do theta healing. Theta healing is a healing modality that I use to help us release things that, hey KMI, welcome in, I'm writing your name down. Yeah, to help us release things that are no longer serving us. And then we replace that energy that we don't feel like carrying anymore, and we replace it with something positive. So I ask you if you want to release that, and then by saying that you want to, the energy starts to shift. Hey Joanna, welcome in. So what we're doing before the candle ceremony, and I'm also doing some Reiki healing as well. So if you don't know what Reiki healing is, it's energy healing. Hello. It's emotional and spiritual healing. So again, if you're buying a candle, it's $11. We're starting in a half an hour, and we're just going to light the candle. We're going to do theta around what you're releasing and Reiki to help you with some healing. It's really helpful. We do it in a group energy, and it's great. I only have one person right now. I have not been advertising this. This is me just advertising it now as I'm coming on. So yeah, if you want a candle, get one, it'll be really great. So Create and Grow, welcome in. So welcome in super fans, welcome in everybody. Don't forget to share, repost, all those things, tap the screen, it's really helpful. So what we're doing up until 7 is, as a super fan, we prioritize you. Thank you for the share. And you get extra cards as well, okay? So today what I'm doing is, if you want to ask a question, you do not need to pay. Okay, that's one question, and you're going to get 3 cards. If you are a super fan, you can also ask a question, you get 5 cards, okay? So a little bit of a different reading, a little bit longer, both are very helpful, and again, if you're a super fan, you get priority, okay? So make sure you get your candle for the ceremony at 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. I'm just going to share this out with a couple more of my super fans. Just take me a moment. All right. So I will say pregnancy is one of the questions that I do not answer here in this space, okay? So we can just, if you have any of those questions, just unfortunately you just have to eliminate them, okay? And then the other thing, hey Juju, welcome in. The other thing that I ask you to do is ask your question about you. Instead of saying, how does somebody else feel? What does somebody else think? Make the question about you, okay? And that's kind of all that I really recommend in this space. So we have KMI is number 1, Joanna is 2, Create and Grow is 3, and then Juju is 4. And then everybody else, if you're not a super fan, I will do my best to get to you. And again, at 7 p.m. we're going to be doing our candle ceremony. Okay, get your candle for that. And let's grab some cards. I attempted to buy candles and the link won't open for you. Oh no. Do you e-transfer? And if you want to send via PayPal, my email is horsemanreadings@gmail.com. So you can e-transfer or send via PayPal if you want to do that. Does anybody else want to try seeing if the same thing happens to them? Okay, perfect. And then just let me know once you've done that, what you did, and I can help you out. All right. And how's everybody doing? I did not ask you how you're doing yet. So KMI, we're going to start with you. Okay, you purchased a candle, so thank you very much for that. And I guess I'll have to fix that if it's not working, unfortunately. Maybe it's just you, I don't know. But that would be good to know, because if people want to purchase and use that, yeah, it would be good to know. You can't send as well, Brenda? Oh, poopy. You tried 3 times. Okay, well, for PayPal, it's horsemanreadings@gmail.com, okay? And if you leave and come back when you hop in, my email address is there, okay? There's no E in horse, it's horsemanreadings@gmail.com, okay? If you want to send via PayPal or e-transfer, okay? But that's sucky that that's not working. I'd go in and try to fix it if I could, but I'm on here right now. Okay, so KMI, do you have a question? And then Juju, if you're doing that payment, once anybody's made a payment, just say paid, okay? And then I'll write your name down. Okay. All right. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for the heart me. KMI, are you still here? Just send a heart if you're here at least. Please and thank you. So we're starting with superfans, okay? Alright, we're going to skip KMI because I don't see her sending a heart. But KMI, if you can send a heart, I will focus on you. Okay. So we're going to move on to Joanna. Joanna, do you have a question? And KMI, if you're here, Ace of Earth or Ace of Pentacles is the card that's coming in. I don't know if you've been attracting or manifesting abundance, but there's abundance coming to you, okay? What do we need to know right now, Joanna? And if you're a super fan, you get 5 cards, okay? Welcome in, Sydney. Doing some free readings at 7 o'clock. We're doing a candle ceremony. You can pay via e-transfer or PayPal, okay? Thank you. What does Joanna need to know right now? Thank you for the share and the gifts, you guys. Be right back, Juju. Okay. All right. So, Joanna. I haven't been on here in a little bit. I don't come on every day. Sometimes I come on multiple times a day. Other times I'm not on every day. So it does feel like it's been a little minute since I've connected with you. And you have 10 of air, okay? So this is like if things haven't been working out for you for a little while. Jessica is a rising star in your life. Thank you. if things have been, yeah, a little bit rough, it feels like it's going to get better, okay? You have the 10 of air telling you things are going to get lighter, something new is coming your way. So definitely work with this full moon tonight. Maybe there's something that you need to let go of that will help you with that new start or that new beginning. And Karen, I'm going to write your name down. I'm sorry, it's been hard for you as well. Okay, then you have this star card coming through. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. So I don't know if you're feeling that, like things are again going to be lining up for you. Maybe you feel like you're going to have a breakthrough. You can just feel it. That's what I'm sensing for you too. Now it does say, nice to see you as well. It does say that it's important that you're keeping your head up, okay? Because again, because things have been tough, the head is coming down a little bit, and it's just like, it's okay, like things are going to get brighter. There's success here, okay? So if you've been working on feeling better, just keep your head up, okay? Bessie is a rising star in my life. Thank you very much. Now you have the Ace of Fire as well, okay? New beginnings in terms of like passion. So maybe you're going to start having more energy because this is in relation to your near future. Okay, so yeah, so energy is going to be rising for you. Yeah, which is really good. So again, I keep feeling like maybe you've been drained, tired, for whatever reason, okay? And then you have new starts as well with the mindset too. So this is a little bit more down the road. Brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning, okay? But this is also saying that you're going to start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So it's a really good message for you, okay? Thank you, Bessie. It says that you've been watching for a while. Awesome. I don't know what a rising star is in my life, but thank you. That's what it's telling me that you are. So again, KMI, if you happen to hop in here, we'll go back to you, okay, because you're number 1 on the list. You also bought a candle for 7 p.m., so I just want to make sure that you're here. You're welcome. We're going to go to Create and Grow next. She's number 3 on the list. So if you want to get on the list and get priority, you always get priority as a super fan. You can absolutely do that now. And you get a 5-card spread as well, which is helpful. And then we're going to do our best to get to everybody else at 7 o'clock. We're going to be doing our candle ceremony. It's $11 to get a candle. People are saying that they're not able to go where you normally go to purchase, but there's a couple different ways. You can go to my site, robinjardine.com. Okay. That's one option. You can e-transfer, horsemanreadings@gmail.com, or you can PayPal, horsemanreadings@gmail.com, all $11. And then you can get a candle for the candle ceremony, which is happening at 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, okay? So it's 6:43, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I don't have AST in there. I'm going to put that in now. Thank you very much for the gifts. You're welcome. Okay, so Create and Grow. We'll go back to your question here. Hope everybody's doing wonderful on this Wednesday, full moon energy. Sometimes it's heavy for some people. Can I ask what? Okay, I already saw that question. Do you see us getting more clarity on our financial situation this month? Okay. So let's see if money shows up for you, Create and Grow. You're getting a 5-card spread, so which is more of a timeline reading. Okay. So more clarity on her financial situation. Thank you, Karen, for reaching. Number 12 or something is a member. Reached fan, live 12. Again, I'm not up to snuff with all this stuff, but thank you. So again, if you want to buy a candle for the ceremony, it's $11, PayPal, e-transfer, or my site, okay? Some people are having a problem going to make their payment, so those are your 3 options. Any questions about that, just let me know, because I want to make sure everybody gets a candle that wants one. There's the 8 of Earth, yay! That's a really good card to have, because the 8 of Earth is our talent card, okay? So, because you're asking about money, you're asking about clarity. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school, okay? So this is, thank you, Karen. This typically is telling us to continue to pursue our passions, okay? That there's money that can come from this passion, from this hobby, this thing that we have, okay? So it's reminding yourself of that talent that you have. Very grateful for the gifts. You guys are awesome. So let's go in order here. You have the 6 of water, okay? So again, asking clarity about financial situation. This is definitely being as future oriented as you possibly can, okay? Right now, that's what I'm getting, is that you need to remind yourself of gratitude, because gratitude is what raises our vibration, helps us bring in more abundance. But again, it's getting more in touch with that future energy, like what can I do to like plan to make sure that I'm making the right connections, I'm doing the right marketing, all my ducks are in a row. So it's just staying like really organized and really future oriented. That's what I'm getting, okay? Now you have the King of Air coming in as well, and this is all kind of like a timeline. Speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations, okay? This is talking about you being really fair as well, like you thinking about this person and you thinking about that person, and being really considerate about what other people think and what other people feel. I'm just going to get you to be more mindful of that as well, that you're not like feeling like you're taking on other people's energies and emotions as well, because that energy can kind of weigh you down, okay? Then you have the Chariot card. The Chariot is saying that it's important, if you have goals right now, that you're really focusing on your own goals. This is still kind of saying, yeah, we don't want to be weighed down by other people's energies. So it says self-discipline and willpower, okay? So focus on these goals. Focus on yourself and what your priorities are. And it feels like you're going to be successful if you really focus on you and what it is that you want, okay? But that's connecting also to the talent card now. And a sudden event that needs immediate attention, time is of the essence, think things through carefully. Passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless, okay? So yeah, so this is also somebody who has purpose when they do things. They have a lot of passion, they have a lot of fire. So it feels like as long as your intentions are good right now, things are going to be all right. But it feels like we need to like really focus on future and really focus on what you want, okay? Yeah, because for whatever reason we might be getting caught up in other people's like needs and wants or stuff like that, okay? But again, you've got the drive, but that's really important. That's what you need to succeed, is the drive, okay? So just keep sticking with that energy, okay? You're welcome. All right, guys, so we're working on superfans. They get priority first, okay? And then at 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, we're doing a candle ceremony. So KMI, you bought a candle. Are you here? And then did anybody else buy a candle? Just let me know, because I'm going to check. But yeah, just let me know. And guys, for whatever reason, the way you pay is not working, so I have 3 ways: through my site, robinjardine.com, through etransferhorsemanreadings@gmail.com, or PayPal horsemanreadings@gmail.com. Okay, so we're going to move on to Juju. Hello, thank you for speaking of the devil. You showed up at the same time as I was saying your name, dropping a gift, so thank you for that. And then what I'll do is I'll continue the free readings after the candle ceremony as well, based on me having the energy to do that, okay? Because last time I did the candle ceremony, I do this every new moon and every full moon, it ended up being a long ceremony, a lot longer than I expected. It was really helpful for people. So Juju, what is your question? And Juju, if you don't have a question, you don't need to do a question. I keep freezing. I can only imagine what I look like and sound like as I freeze. Is my face stuck like this? That happens a lot on here. Okay, so if you have a question, Juju, just pop it in. This is not my sexy look today. Okay. So no question. Emmy Dawn is a rising star in your life. Invite to follow. Hello, welcome in. Working non-stop, Juju. Okay. It's good to work. Working is a healthy thing to do, as long as you're taking care of yourself. Will you get a break? And let's see what the cards say about work and lifestyle. Hello, Anne. Welcome in. Thank you, Sarah Jane. You're welcome. Hello. Nice to see everybody tonight. So when I go to do the candle ceremony, if you're not buying a candle, that's okay. You can stay in and listen. We're going to be doing theta healing downloads and Reiki energy, so that's always good. Hello, Grace. Welcome in. And then if I have the energy, so I'm not guaranteed, I don't know how long our ceremony is going to be, then I'll go back to doing some free readings, okay? But as always, if you want to come in as a super fan, you get priority and you're guaranteed your reading, okay? So Juju, you have the Empress, you have the Ego. Thank you very much for the gift. You have the Eight of Air not facing you, okay? Thank you very much for the gift. You have the Ten of Fire not facing you. That is the burnout card, okay? So this is making sense. And then you have the Three of Air not facing you, okay? So it's interesting that the Ego is here, okay? So I don't know if you feel like you need to work because you don't have enough, or you need to work because, like, work is demanding, okay? Not sure what's coming through here, but the Ego is definitely there telling you maybe I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, demanding, okay? Yeah, and the Ego comes in because it's like negative thoughts, negative feelings, that sort of thing towards this, okay? So, so definitely like work on healing that energy. Did you buy a candle for the ceremony by chance? Just let me know if you did. Yeah, because that's something that we can, yes, too. Okay. Perfect. So when we go to do the candle ceremony, you can let me know who the other candle is for and what they're releasing if you want to as well. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, we can work on this if you want. If you have some beliefs that you need to drain yourself, that sort of thing. Okay. That it's like expected that we pour out everything that we have out of our cup until we have nothing. Okay. Because somebody's asking us to, because we're worried that we're not going to have an income anymore if we don't, or that our resources won't be provided. So there's a combination of things going on here is what I get. But you have the Eight of Air not facing you, and it's basically saying like there's a little bit of a trapped emotion here. Okay, so it's saying that, again, with the ten of fire card, it's saying like we're feeling weighed down, we feel like we don't have an option. Okay, now there is the Three of Air also, which is saying it can be making you feel a little sad. But one positive card here is the Empress energy, and the Empress energy says lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. Okay, very fitting. The nurturing yourself piece I think is important, because it's saying that right now you need to focus on things that aren't materialistic, because the Ego card is saying that we're getting caught up in the material. The Empress is saying that we need more of that feminine energy, more of like that nurturing energy, that going back into like what we're supposed to be doing is caring for ourselves and caring for other people, but caring for ourselves first. Okay, so your message is kind of like saying that when you kind of recognize in your mind that that there's some like limiting beliefs around this. Again, that's what we can work on with the candle ceremony. Okay, so there you go. Karen 1111, are you here and do you have a question? Hello, welcome in, Amisha. So we do super fans first, and then we're going to be getting into our candle ceremony. You can buy a candle for $11. Okay. Hello, Kelly. Welcome in. How are you? Okay. What's your question about work, Karen? And KMI, did you disappear? Because you were here. And you bought a candle. I'm not bad. Life has been throwing me curveballs. And every day I'm like, okay, thank you for the curveball. I'm obviously learning something here. And I try to work through it. That's what I have going on. But with this full moon, I'm gonna do a candle here for me too, around my situation. And last night was our last night of our Akashic Records training. If anybody wants to learn the Akashic Records or Reiki training, feel free to reach out to me and I'll set up a class for you. We did 6 weeks of the Akashic Records, and last night we had some mix-ups with our time with the girls and things. So we ended up doing a video of a reading for me for future. So it's interesting. I don't know, it's just like how important it is, I think, to do healing on ourselves, to do readings on ourselves, to like learn about this stuff so we can empower ourselves to move forward, because sometimes we give our power away. Should I stay, and will there be other opportunities? So 2 question, so I only do the one question. So should I stay will be your first question, okay? So nice to hear the birds at this time of year. It's like I just miss the sound of those gosh darn birds. All right, work. All I do is work. Okay. A lot going on, Karen. We have the Page of Air, Unity, Six of Earth, Nine of Air, and then the Celebration card not facing you. Okay? So, definitely down the road, there's going to be something to celebrate. Okay? So, I kind of feel like you might be happier if you weren't there. It's kind of what I'm getting, and I see like you making a change if you want to, and that being successful. Because I do sense maybe there's some anxiety showing up for you, but it feels like you have good balance with other people, like in your relationships and with work and with money and things like that. So that energy feels good, but for whatever reason, there's like stress and strain and anxiety and things like that. So I do sense, I think that if this is like work causing this, that you might be better off making a change. Again, if this is something that's kind of like affecting you, affecting your mental health, that sort of thing. Okay. I missed some messages, so I'm just checking to see if you messaged anything. And then the Page of Air kind of says that we need people that are like not negative. We need positive people, and so maybe there's some toxic work relationships. Even though it feels like you're good with your relationships, sometimes there's like toxic people in our workspace, even though we have good relationships with them because we have to, but they might still be really toxic and negative. Okay, so this is saying, like, it says seek out mentors and like-minded friends, things like that, spiritual organizations, which makes sense. That's why we come to these places and we work through it and we can talk about it and that sort of thing. But it does feel like there's some like worry here a little bit. That's kind of what I'm getting, and we need some other people to help us with our foundation and make us feel lighter and make us feel better. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting with that. Okay, sending you lots of love. So KMI, are you in here? So it is 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. You're welcome. If you want to buy a candle, Karen, candles are available for $11 more for the candle ceremony if you're interested in that. I am going to do the replay of this underneath my YT, okay? So if you can't make it through the whole thing, or you bought a candle and you're not here, or whatever it is, or somebody wants to re-listen to the candle ceremony, they can do that. Thank you. Thank you, BC Girl. I appreciate it. So, KMI is nowhere to be found. So we're going to start with Juju. Whoa, there's a mess. Alright, let's get these candles rocking. So Juju, who is the candle for the other person? I'm using old-fashioned matches today. Let that baby burn. full moons are fabulous. I would also recommend underneath my YT channel checking out my full moon candles, or sorry, my full moon ritual. If you don't do, the only thing about candles is they burn the fingers. Yeah, if you're looking for a full moon ritual to write things down, check out underneath my YT channel, because I talk a little bit about how to do that. Okay, so Juju, are you here? This rising star, I don't know what a rising star is, but it's saying that Janine is a rising star in my life and to invite you to follow. So hello Karen, welcome in. So Juju, are you here? Just waiting for my people that bought a candle. All right. So maybe KMI and Juju aren't here. So, and I don't know, I'm just going to check my email here to see if she wrote anything that she's releasing down. Hello, Allison, welcome in. If you want a candle, let me know. We just did our readings for our super fans, so when I get off of here, or when I finish the ceremony, I can do a reading for you, okay? Okay, you sent in for one. I'm just checking my payments here. Yeah, so there's different ways you can pay for your candle, okay? So, sorry, I'm just getting this organized. Juju said she bought 2 candles, but I don't... Oh, there we go. It just showed up. And I don't see who the second candle is for. Candle for Julie and candle for Marcus. Okay. I see yours, Allison. Alright. And then KMI also sent in for one. And I'm not sure where she floated off to. Okay. So, I'm just going to grab that extra candle. Let's get them all lit up. So the replay is going to be underneath my YT channel, okay? So if whoever missed this, will get their candle. And I think some people know when they're not here that I tune into their energy and I still do the reading for them, so that's always good. And then I'm grabbing one for me. And we're going to call that Reiki energy in for our group. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of start with some Reiki energy for everybody. Again, it's a full moon, so connecting to wherever that full moon might be if it's nighttime for you. And let's do 5 deep breaths here. I'm going to go into the Akashic Records for everybody that's here that bought a candle, okay? I don't always go into the Akashic Records, but every candle ceremony is different. So Allison, what are you releasing with this full moon? We're going to start with you. I'm doing this a little bit differently. I'm just going to do one giant group energy here. So again, feel into the Reiki energy. So Allison, releasing doubt and worry. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to release any doubt that's showing up in your life right now? And if so, just agreeing. And is it okay if I ground you as well? And anybody else that wants that, you can say yes too, okay? Really connecting to the Reiki tonight. So again, you can't see me doing this, but I'm absolutely working on the energy healing here. Welcome in. It's not too late to buy a candle if you want. Happiness is coming through for you, Allison. Happiness. Okay. Yeah, it feels like we need more laughter and more happiness. And that's kind of like a bit of the block right now. It's kind of, it feels like there's a little bit of like insecurity there. Okay. So would you like to know that you can invite in more happiness and more laughter as well? And if so, just agreeing. Yeah, it feels like, I don't know if you're sarcastic. I feel like you're very sarcastic, actually. I don't know why, but like that sarcasm feels like it's a part of your personality. And like you need more of that, like, kind of like people you can just like be your sarcastic self with. That sort of thing. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay, so that kind of makes me feel a little sad that we're feeling like we can't fully do that right now, or we can't fully like release what we want to release and be who we want to be when we want to be that way. And sometimes that happens. I relate to that one actually. So do you want to let go of any insecurities that are showing up for you that you're ready to release? Fill in the blank. You don't have to say it here if you don't want to, but just any insecurities, if there's specifics, let it go, just release it. And it feels like there's some judgment showing up here too, okay? Yeah. So do you want to let go of any judgment that's been showing up for you, whether it's you judging yourself or the feelings of other people judging you, or any fears that you have around being judged? Let's just clear that energy, and let's also let go of any depression energy that's showing up in there underneath the surface that is all past related. Let's just let it go, okay? And again, this Reiki energy seems to be coming in stronger in the last couple ceremonies I've been doing. Maybe just because I feel like we need it so badly. Okay. Let's go to the other one. There was doubt, and then worry. Okay. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to let go of any worry that's just been showing up in your energy field around this full moon that you're ready to release? And if so, just agreeing. And anybody else that wants that, you can say yes too. The third eye chakra is coming up for you. Your intuition, okay? I feel like we're just, for some reason, it feels like we're realigning your third eye. And that's going to help you with worry. Very cool. That one's kind of simple, actually. It feels like when your third eye's aligned, the worry just goes away. It's like really simple. But sometimes we need somebody to realign our third eye for us. Okay? So getting healing and doing this type of work is really important for you. It definitely brings you more into a feeling of peace and calm. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to bring in more peace and more calm? And if so, just agree. Deep breath. Good. Now it feels like it's a combination of like you being yourself and like laughing and just trusting yourself a little bit more, that it's okay to kind of like to let go. Sometimes we're hanging on to this stuff because we think it's serving us in some way, but it's not. So it's just giving yourself permission, okay? That's what I'm getting. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to give yourself permission to do some of these things that we're talking about? And if so, just agree. Deep breath. Yeah, and I'm getting there's this beautiful connection that you have to music, lyrics, maybe sound healing, things like that. So put on some music that you really feel connected to, the lyrics, and just listen to it, maybe even now in the background, if you can, and just allow some of that healing to come in, okay? We're going to shift over to KMI. And then in the end, we're going to integrate, okay? So you can keep feeling the downloads, you can keep feeling the Reiki energy, and then you're welcome. Then we'll get out of that energy altogether at once. So KMI, I'm feeling some stress with you. You were here and then you weren't here anymore, so I don't know what happened, but I'm still doing the healing, okay, as you know. And just spending a little bit of time on that healing for you. So KMI, would you like to know that it's safe for you to release anything that's no longer serving you around this full moon? And if so, just agreeing. Is it okay if I ground you as well? Yeah, there's definitely some like past rooted stuff here that's from like, I don't know, family stuff is kind of what I'm getting, and it feels old to me, like when you were younger. So this could be some inner child stuff as well, but it feels family related. So do you want to cut any energy and cords that are no longer serving you, or any ties that you have to anybody that's weighing you down, that's making your energy feel like drained? And if so, just agree. And anybody else that wants that, you can say yes. And you're a funny person too, I get that you like to laugh. So we all have something in common here. Don't forget to follow, guys, if you're hopping in, if you like free readings and healings and things like that. So that's what we're here to do. So would you like to know that you can encourage more laughter into your life so you can be a bright light, so you can be a lighter version of you? And if so, just agree. Because, yeah, I'm feeling like your candle is burnout in both ends. No pun intended, okay? Thank you for being here, Lorna. So do you want to let go of any burnout that's showing up for you as well? Deep breath. Juju will definitely relate to this. Yeah. Would you like to let go of any areas in your life where you're lacking focus as well? Deep breath. Focus is a big one for you. So would you like to know that you can invite more focus into your life? And if so, just agree. Deep breath. That or something better in divine timing. So I'm just getting that you're really hard on yourself too, okay? So do you want to let go of being hard on yourself? Any old patterns of behaviors in relation to being hard on yourself, let's let that go together. I know other people are feeling that one. I know you want to say yes to that one. And then for you, I'm going to do a little healing attunement, okay? So just continue to breathe. Take 5 deep breaths as we finish up your healing with the healing attunement. You might even feel some emotions showing up as a result of this. And I'm tying you up into a little tiny bow, like a little present, okay? Kind of clearing and cleansing energy, but then, you know how some healers say that they're bubble wrapping you? That's what we're doing with you, okay? So awesome. So Juju also isn't here. If she shows back up, that's great. So we'll start with Juju here. So Juju, would you like to know that it's safe to release whatever it is that you want to release with this full moon? And if so, just agreeing. Deep breath. And is it okay if I ground you as well? Don't forget to follow, guys, if you're here. Thank you for the gift. you want to let go of any blocks that you might have, Juju, as a result of releasing what you truly need around this full moon? And if so, just agree. Good. I'm feeling something in my heart chakra here. Thank you for the gift as well. So do you want to let go of anything that's blocking you in your heart chakra? And if so, just agreeing. Deep breath. Again, just going back into the Reiki energy, I just want to kind of clear some stuff here for you. Because you're just such a beautiful person. It's making me feel emotional and kind of sad at the same time that you're feeling the way that you're feeling, okay? You're just such a beautiful soul. You know, you deserve to shine. You deserve to feel good. And that's a theme for the people that I have here in this group. You so deserve to shine. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to shine, Juju? That it's okay? It's safe. And again, you can say yes to any of these downloads if you're hopping in. Alright, I'm keeping yours short and sweet, Juju. I just feel like... I actually feel like that's going to be quite powerful for you. So, with full moon, sometimes where we're going through a lot or we're taking on a lot, we want to be mindful of how much energy we're working on, because something tells me you're going to be like, say yes to all these downloads because you're sharing the group energy of the candle ceremony. So whoever's in this candle ceremony is really going to feel the effects the most, okay? So be mindful of that, okay? So we're going to go into Marcus here. So Marcus, would you like to know that it's safe to be grounded? And if so, just agree. Don't forget to follow, guys. And just even that grounding energy can be helpful for you, just to remind yourself to understand like what grounding means. So would you like to know, Creator, the universe's definition of what it is to ground? So you can start to feel and embody that. And if so, just agreeing. And anybody else that wants that, just saying yes. Would you like to know that it's safe to be honest with yourself? And if so, just agreeing. Because I feel like you have positive memories from the past, so I want to remind you of the positive memories from the past. When we're doing healing, sometimes we don't have to bring up all the heavy, sometimes we need to bring in the good, okay? That's what I get for you. So would you like to know that it's safe, it's okay to bring in the good? And if so, just agree. Good, and that's all I'm going to do for you here as well. Because again, I kind of feel like it's like, yeah, it's just like, I feel like for you, it's just redefining who you are. That's kind of what I'm getting. You're redefining who you are, okay? So guys, if you're watching this under YT, don't forget to subscribe, okay? And if you're watching this under TT, then don't forget to follow. All right. So now we're going to go to me, yay. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to release this heaviness that you're feeling? And if so, just agree. I'm hearing there's a window of opportunity as well. So would you like to know that you can step into this window of opportunity? And if so, just agree. Would you like to know that you can let go of times where you were lacking control and as a result, things weren't really working out for you? And if so, just agree. Doing some Reiki energy here for our group as well. And do you want to let go of any sadness that you've been suffering from that's no longer serving you as well? You want to let go of anybody that's been showing up in your energy field that's no longer serving you as well with this full moon. Good, and then I'm just kind of clearing some more energy here around this situation. So what people don't know is, like, we can do Reiki for situations too. We can do healing attunements for situations that we're experiencing, but we can do past healing, we can do future healing, and we can do present healing. So right now we're doing healing around this all the full moon stuff that's coming up, okay? So I'm just going to continue to do the Reiki energy here because I feel like we need it. Welcome in if you're joining. Someone was asking if they can get a candle. They are $11, and yes, you can. There's still time to get a candle. The replay is going to be under YT, so if you missed the candle ceremony or you want to catch the replay of it, that's where it'll be, okay? So even though you can't see what I'm doing, I'm going to change that. Oh, here's that silly face. I'm going to kind of connect to the candles and finish up the Reiki energy. And with your permission, is it okay if we integrate? Just saying yes to allow all that energy to start flowing that you said yes to, okay? Deep breath. Good. And now I'm getting out of the Reiki energy, and I'm going to keep those candles burning as well. So Allison, since you're here, I'm going to continue on with our readings, okay? So if you're a super fan, then you get 5 cards. If you're not a super fan, you get 3 cards. You can ask a question today, so I'm sending out some love, and I said if I had energy left that I would continue the readings after the ceremony. And since the candles are still burning, if you want to buy a candle while we're talking, I will do a separate Reiki and Theta just for you, okay? So we'll switch it back into candle mode if anybody wants to buy a candle, okay? You're welcome. So do you have a question, Allison? Hello, wait, welcome in. Just general, okay. So if you're watching the replay, you're gonna have to scroll to get to the ceremony. I don't know how to do all the fancy stuff here. Okay. You're welcome. So, if you're a super fan, you get priority, okay? So I'm just finishing up my super fans, and then I'm going to get to everybody else if I can. Thank you very much for the heart, me. You have the celebration card, okay? Celebrate good times, come on. I could really get into that song, I'm not sure why. So, Allison, I kind of get that you need to allow yourself to like really get into the vibration of like love and happiness. Love and happiness, okay? So it's just like get down and boogie, all right? Who makes you laugh? Who makes you smile? Connect with those people. I feel like you need it really badly. It's like you're just yearning for that shift and for that change to come in, I sense, because you're ready for the party. You kind of just need the people. That's what I'm getting, okay? Then you have the Page of Earth. Patience. Patience just when it comes to like changes and things that you're working on. Give yourself some time, give yourself some rest, give yourself some peace, that sort of thing, okay? Okay, good. So now you're probably missing that person, right? I'm glad you had a good time. Defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. Okay, this is just bringing in that creative version of you too. It feels like more at work. It's like if you're a creative person, you need to express yourself in creative ways. This is the way that you dress. This is the way that you talk. This is the way that you feel, that sort of thing. So like self-expression is coming up a little bit. It's just like, again, being more vulnerable, being more you. Okay. You have the anxiety card showing up as well, but I think it's just understanding that the future's not bad, okay? The future has a bad reputation sometimes. It's like, ooh, future. This could happen and that could happen and that sort of thing. So we want to kind of, thank you for the follow, we kind of want to get away from that a little bit and just recognize like we're in the power, we're in control of our destiny and the path that we want to take. We just have to recognize that we want to go there and what we want to do with it. And we'll start to shift in that direction, okay? So just a healthy reminder, yeah, to focus more on you. I like that. Okay. So now I finished with all my super fans. You're welcome. I think those were beautiful messages, actually. If you have a question, you can pop it in the comments. Might not get to everybody. I'm not going in any order. Again, I just go with how much energy I have. If you want to, Lita wants a reading, okay. If you want to do a reading and healing, that's Reiki, Theta, and Akashic Records reading. That reminds me, I didn't get the Akashic Records for our group. And 3 questions and a card reading, okay. And you can do that, that's 30, okay. Sorry, I was just saying that, so it's 3 cards tonight for free with a question, okay? And you don't have to ask a question, you can do general as you're doing as well. But yes, if you want a reading and a healing, those are 30. And those are really helpful for people too. Don't forget to follow if you're here, please. Okay, Lita. Come say that right. Are you tired? Are you tired, Lita? It's a full moon. Like, it would make sense if you were drained. This hair is drained. Okay, because this is that you have the balance card. Thank you for being a long-time watcher and a rising star, Mona. Yeah, you've got the balance card, okay? You have the Lover's card, which is like a decision that you have to make. And then the Five of Water card telling you to focus on the good things that kind of have happened in your life and like focusing on your cup being half full, not half empty, okay? So interesting card. So it's basically saying we need to bring in some balance. We need some more positive energy. Maybe we need some positive people. Maybe we need to work more with light workers and other people that are healers. If you're a sensitive person, you kind of need that energy from other people. But it's saying that the heart is going through something. It's trying to make some decisions. Feels like there's more than one that you're sorting out. And so it feels like that's what's kind of maybe even weighing you down a little bit. So that's where it's like, get some clarity from your heart a little bit. If you can bring in anything that's positive, like your cat, or something to bring in closer to your energy to warm you up and make you feel a little better and brighter, I think it'll become easier to make that decision. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Good, good. Awesome. Thank you for the heart. After that ceremony, I'm feeling peaceful. I'll be one sec. Just change my thingy there. All right. So free one question, 3-card reading. You must be following in order to get your reading as well, okay? Thank you for the follow. Okay. Will I be made full-time in my current job, Patricia? Okay. Will I be made full-time in my current job? And again, I'm going in no particular order, okay? And don't forget to share this out or repost it if you don't mind. That's appreciated. And like and tap the screen. Patricia, let's see what your cards are saying. You have the success card, so it feels like eventually this feels like it will happen for you. It says happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. You also have a new beginning, okay? You've got the Fool card, so he's feeling like he's not sure where he's going, but he's feeling open towards doing that. So that's a representation of you. So it feels like if you're open to this energy, which you are, it does feel like it will eventually come in for you, okay? And then you have the 8 of Air as well. So for whatever reason, it feels like you might feel like, I don't know, it's not happening in the timeline that you want it to, or I don't even know if you're happy at work, truly. But hopefully it's not work that's making you feel like weighed down. Hopefully it's just that feeling of like it hasn't happened yet, and that's what's weighing you down, okay? But hopefully you like this work. That's really, really, really important. Yeah, and then you will, and then just, yeah, because I feel like there's something going on here a little bit that's not making you feel as good as you'd like to feel. But again, hopefully there's a little bit of hope for you, okay? Olivia wants to know if she'll meet someone this year. You're welcome. Will you meet someone new this year, Olivia? Sorry, I'm just blowing out my candles here. Here we go. Will you meet someone this year, Olivia? Hello and welcome in, Beauty by Lily. It's been a little while. First of all, are you sad that you haven't met anybody? Hello. How are things going with you? Happy full moon. We just did a full moon candle ceremony. There's still time to get a candle if you would like some Reiki and Theta for the full moon. Those are $11. Otherwise, I'm doing some free readings here. Okay. If you're a super fan, it's 5 cards and you get priority. Otherwise, just ask your question and I might pick you and you get 3 cards. Okay. Just okay. I'm sorry to hear that. So yeah, I'm not bad. I've been going through some obstacles on my path as well. It sounds like we both have some. And some are bigger than others, right? Sometimes we're going through death, sometimes we're going through divorce, and sometimes we're going through disease, and it feels like all 3 of those things kind of happened to me at once. So I'm like in recovery. That's what we would call it. I'm in recovery. And that's how I look at it. So yeah, are you going to meet somebody? I'm sensing maybe we're sad. That's okay. I'm sensing that we're sad because something hasn't happened yet. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And so it kind of feels like if you can bring yourself to a more positive place and a more happy place, like being happy with yourself, being happy with your life, then this is more likely to happen and to come in, okay? Because you are very feminine, you are very strong, you're very independent. And these are really good qualities that somebody would be really lucky to have, okay? So bring more of that energy in and just reminding yourself of all your good qualities and just really start loving on yourself a little bit more, and then it's more likely to happen. But right now it feels like we might be sad, a little sad that that's not happening or something like that. And again, I kind of relate to that energy too. So it's all good, okay? Sending you lots of love. Thank you for liking the live. And sometimes when we're giving one person a message, there's messages in that for other people too. Alright, so just drop your question in the comments if you have one. Okay, so I don't do pregnancy here, okay? You're welcome. Claire wants to know, how successful will my business be? What type of business do you have, Claire? giving you an extra card just because I feel called into that 4th card. Are you stressed about the business? Are you worried about... Oh, Claire, you're not following. Sorry. Do you mind following so I can do your reading? Because you do have to be following to get the reading. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're like stressed out or worried that it's not going to be successful, but it feels like there's a lot going on, because for some reason if you have the anxiety card, okay, so that's why it's showing up to me. It's kind of like maybe it's a habit of like worrying if the business is going to be successful or not, when it feels like it's more likely to be successful when we're not worrying if it's going to be successful or not. It's just like it's going to be, because I know it's going to be, because I trust that it's going to be, and it's all going to work out. So it kind of feels like there might be a little habit. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. We're doing some free readings, so if you want one, just hang on and we might get to you. But you have the World card here, which is a really good card to have. So it feels like we've been working at this. And it feels like we've been attracting some good stuff in here, okay? So, yeah, so it feels like, for whatever reason, it feels like the mindset towards the business is really important, if that makes sense. And, yeah, it just feels like if there's been some things that haven't worked out, don't let that get you down. So for some reason, it feels like we might be a little bit worked up, and like might be just a habit that might transfer over into other areas of your life too, okay? So yeah, so just get that mindset in the right place. It's going to be successful, okay? Hope you found that helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. Alright, if I missed your question, just pop it in again. And the replay for the candle ceremony that I did at 7 p.m. Is going to be underneath my YT. So in this video, we're also going to have our readings. That's okay though. But yeah, if you want access to the candle ceremony, because I do theta healing and Reiki healing that you can receive during the ceremony, you can check that out. So are you just asking, you want me to pull up some cards around your relationship, Beverly? Thank you for being here, Jessie, baby. Beverly, you're just wanting some cards for the relationship? Hopefully you're still here, because that's what I'm doing. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate you. Okay, Beverly, you've got the Empress, Balance, and the Chariot. Okay, when the Chariot shows up, it just says that we need to focus on ourselves a little bit more. So in the relationship, focus on things that you like to do, things that you want to be doing, that sort of thing. So make it a little bit more about you. Okay. So Beverly, hopefully you're here. Hopefully you can hear this. It does say that you're working on balancing that relationship, okay? I know you're married, but it's work, you know? So it's like you're working on balancing it. And again, it just might mean that there's some things that you want to go out and do more. And it just feels like you need to do this regardless of if you're doing it with this person, okay? And then you have the Emperor's card, also telling you just to enjoy like the simple little things that make you happy, if it's like baking cookies, if it's cooking supper, things like that, just like really enjoying those little things. And again, maybe independently or together. That's kind of what I'm getting, okay? And Jessie, baby, you're welcome. Okay, so you were here. That's good. Jessie, baby, why is nothing going right in my life? I'm sorry to hear that. Let's pull you up some cards and just see how I can help. Tap, tap, tap that screen. Thank you, guys. Make sure you're following. If you don't want to follow, I'll never be like, you gotta follow me, because obviously we want people that follow us that are interested in what we do and that want to be a part of the group and things like that. And that's a way you can find people, again, because sometimes I do free readings, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I do free healings. I'm a reflexologist, a yoga instructor, Theta healer, Akashic Records practitioner, Reiki master. I have a background in psychology and HR and yeah, sound healing. What else? I've taken a bunch of reflexology courses, taken a bunch of theta healing courses. I've taken a lot of energy work courses. I work with crystals. I sell a lot of products. I make herbal tinctures, things like that. So I work with herbs as well. I help a lot of people with anxiety and depression, basically. So I do a lot of coaching. Bam, that's your card. Okay, Jessie, baby. So you are in planning mode here, okay? Planning mode is kind of like when we don't know exactly where we're going yet, but we're just starting to initiate some plans, okay? So it's like, I want to feel better. What can I do about this? That sort of thing. So it feels good that you're starting to get on that path of deciding, like, I want to feel better, if that makes sense. You also have the Chariot, so this card must really be coming through strong for our group because it keeps showing up, and there's always like a little theme in these messages where it's like the same card out of the 70-some cards just keeps flying out of the deck over and over. So again, maybe this is related to the full moon, but it says an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public recognition. And typically when this card shows up, it says that we need to focus on our own goals, okay? So goal setting and planning to focus on those goals, okay? So trust that when we want to manifest, that we can set intentions and allow those things to actually happen. And when we're not manifesting, when we're not setting intentions, that's when things get wonky, okay? When everybody else is taking up our time, when we're not really sure, when we're back and forth about things. So getting clarity with your goals for whatever reason that's showing up. And then it says a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward, fortune is on your side. Maybe you need to hear that card. But this is also saying that we're in charge of our own destiny, in the sense that we just need to decide where we want to go and what we want to do. Okay? So again, it feels like we're figuring out where we want to go and what we want to do, but if you goal set, if you intend to have these things happen, if you focus on manifestation, you're more likely to achieve this. But you've got Archangel Michael kind of in that protection, surrounding you in this like protection light, okay? A lot of spiritual energy that you're working on, it feels like. It's like, I don't know if you're a super spiritual person, but it feels like maybe this is something you're just initiating by coming on here and asking for a reading. I'm not sure, okay? Hello and welcome in. Now, unfortunately, I don't do readings about other people, okay? The question does have to be about you, so there's somebody asking about your son. You're welcome. And Jessie, baby, do you do manifestation work and things like that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, good, I'm glad. I'm not just talking about all this random stuff that you're like, what? Okay, G. Whaley. Is my love life on the right path? Great question. I don't know if you're a funny person, Giselle, but I kind of sense I'm attracting some funny people tonight. I'm sensing that there are people that, I don't know, just like to laugh. I see is my question there, but I don't know what your question was, my Becky. So Giselle, are you on the right path with love life? You have the Awakening card, okay? This is a good card to have. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Okay, so if you're in a situation with somebody, just be confident about that. That's what I would say. Like, don't let them affect your self-esteem in a negative way. I think like any red flags would be if you feel like they're lowering your self-esteem. If it's like if your self-esteem isn't like good or not going up, then that's a red flag, okay? Yeah, and then you have the taking action card as well. So it says events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once, okay? So you might have a little breakthrough with love life too if you're working on confidence and self-esteem. Okay. An unwise choice, learn what you can from this situation, review everybody's motives, 5 of air. Okay. This card is just saying to tune in to, again, how this person makes you feel. Okay. Or how this person or these people make you feel, depending on your circumstance. Okay. But regardless, that feels like a good lesson for you. Because we know how we want to feel when we're with somebody, right? Like we can use friends as an example. We have friends that just make us feel good, and then we have friends that don't make us feel good, and then we realize, like, are they our closest friend, or are they not our closest friend based on what we're feeling with around them? Okay, you're welcome. I don't know why, but that one felt like it was helpful to hear, because sometimes we're hearing things that we already know, but we need confirmation on it. Okay. Thank you for being here. Alright guys, I think that's all I'm going to do for questions for free. If you want to do a paid reading or paid reading and healing, you're welcome to doing that, okay? So I'll just switch over to paid, and that'll give you a chance. We'll do a collective reading here. Thank you for the follow. Let's see what our collective messages are that are coming up. Happy full moon, everybody. This full moon's in Libra. It's all about balance. It's about our relationships. It's trying to bring in more fairness and equality in our relationships. It's about change and action. Thank you very much for the gift. Alright, so this is saying that there's a lot of love coming towards you, okay? Whether you realize that or not, there's like loving people around you that just want to love you, okay? So receive their love. That's first and foremost. There's a new beginning and there's a new start. Thank you for the gift. That looks promising as well. You might be going on a new adventure or going on a trip or meeting a new person or something like that. That feels good for you. And then some people are starting new jobs or wanting to start new jobs that are here as well. Two of air and 9 of fire. Okay, so these two cards combined are kind of saying that you need to not procrastinate anymore, okay? Don't deal with things with your head down. Don't deal with things being in denial. It feels like don't procrastinate anymore. Deal with what you need to deal with, because this feels like it's not easy for you to deal with what you need to deal with, okay? But for whatever reason, it just feels like when you do, you're going to feel a lot better. Okay, so somebody needed to hear that one too. Let me know if you connect to any of these messages. All right, we also have somebody who might be like going through a difficult time as well. But it says that there's opportunities around you, but because you're going through this kind of like certain energy right now or frequency, you're not like seeing that there's opportunities coming in. Okay, so recognize that there are tons of opportunities around you, and when you're feeling better, it'll be easier to see them as opportunities and little blessings that are happening for you. Okay. You have the renewal card and 7 of air as well. So, and again, this is a collective message. 7 is spiritual energy. It's saying that we need to kind of keep our energy a little more like preserved right now. Don't give your energy away. You might feel drained with this full moon, okay? And then the renewal card says review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. So again, maybe you're finding like it's just too much energy. It's just like I don't have the energy to give anymore. Oh, that's the other thing that's coming up with this full moon is boundaries. So you might be leveling up on your boundaries. So that makes a lot of sense for me too. Okay, so those are our messages. Thanks so much for the people that joined the candle ceremony. This replay will be underneath YT, so you can check that out as well. Thanks for the new follows. I will do my best to come back on tomorrow. I really want to get back on the coming on every day train. So again, make sure you're following so